Ladies and gentlemen, politics is a very interesting game. And politics is also a very dirty game. Wafula Chebukati, the IEBC chairperson, is a cornered man. And Wafula Chebukati has literally surrendered to the deep state. I'm saying this because yesterday, Wafula Chebukati addressed the media. And he was accompanied by the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mutiambei, and the Director of Criminal Investigations, George Kinoti. And I watched that press conference very closely, and I concluded that Wafula Chebukati is cornered, and that Wafula Chebukati has now surrendered to the deep state. Previously, Wafula Chebukati would have written a very long statement, strongly worded, to Kinoti. I remember when the government formed that multi-agency team to help Wafula Chebukati with the elections. Wafula Chebukati wrote a strongly worded letter, and that was the end of that team. I think the team was supposed to be headed by the Chief Justice, Martha Koome. During yesterday's press conference, I observed Wafula Chebukati, and I want to play for you that short clip, because that short clip is going to form the basis of this analysis. And I want you to pay close attention to three things in that clip as you watch it. Because for me, Wafula Chebukati was planning to play some games. And after the arrest of those three foreigners, the stickers and the DCI conducted their investigations. I think they submitted the report to Wafula Chebukati. And Wafula Chebukati was shocked and surrendered. And moving forward, Wafula Chebukati is either going to work hard to frustrate those who are trying to interfere with the elections, or just to deliver free, fair, and credible elections. So I want to play that clip, but I want you to pay close attention to three things. The first thing I want you to pay close attention to is the body language, especially the faces of the IEBC commissioners who are present during this press conference. So as you watch the clip, please just take a second, 2 or 3, pay very close attention to the faces of those IEBC commissioners. You can easily identify them. The second thing I want you to pay close attention to is the people around Wafula Chebukati. Wafula Chebukati, especially when he was addressing the press, who were around him? How are they behaving? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts on the people around Wafula Chebukati. The third thing which I want you to pay close attention to is the end of the speech, how the speech ended. You know, after Chebukati had addressed the press, that was the end of the statement. No more. What have you observed? For me, I observed that police coming and announcing that no questions, the end of it. And everybody left. You know, Kenyans had expected Wafula Chebukati to answer several questions. And the journalists were prepared. That never took place. So very interesting development. But I want to ask you guys a simple question. Watch the clip first.
A very major partner in the election process. The National Police Service will deploy about 150,000 officers for the election day, before election, during and after elections. This includes officers who will be deployed at the 46,229 polling stations, at least 2 officers per polling station. We shall have officers at the 290 constituency tallying centers. We shall have officers at the 47 county tallying centers and also at the national tallying center. But this is a huge police force who will be available, and they're ready and they have been trained. And the training has been a collaboration between the IEBC and the National Police Service. This journey started way back last year, culminating into the trainings which finalized this week. So between the IEBC and the police, we are ready for the elections. Today's meeting, as you all know, arises from the issues about the stickers. As the IG has said, that has been resolved, the issue is settled, and going forward, we have committed to work together, and if there's any issue, we shall discuss as the National Police and as the Commission any issue affecting elections. So we appeal to Kenyans to turn up in large numbers and exercise their democratic right on the 9th of August. It also come to our attention that there are some people who are going around in a few areas buying IDs from voters. That information we have passed over to the Inspector General of Police, and action will be taken on those individuals who are going around buying IDs from Kenyans who are registered voters. We appeal to Kenyans, please don't sell the ID, don't sell your right, your democratic right and constitutional right to vote. Otherwise, thank you very much, and that's what I wanted to say on behalf of the Commission. Thank you.
No questions, please. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Chairman.
But I want to ask you this simple question, and I need your honest answer. Do you think George Kinoti can allow Wafula Chebukati to rig the elections in favor of William Ruto? Do you know why I'm asking you that question? I'm asking you that question because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. The other day, Rafael Tuju was on Citizen TV, he was on Ramogi, and he was on Inoro TV. And Rafael Tuju was very clear that if Ruto becomes the president, George Kinoti and himself will have to leave the country. And that's why I'm asking you a question. Do you think George Kinoti, who was present just on the left of Wafula Chebukati, will allow Wafula Chebukati to rig the elections in favor of Ruto? I don't think so. I don't think so. And that's why I'm saying in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. The statement by Rafael Tuju coming at a time when the next day Kinoti is seen with Chebukati is also telling. But in this particular video, I want us to look at why I strongly believe that Wafula Chebukati is cornered and has surrendered. Before we do that, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Let me be very fast, brief, and precise. The first reason why I strongly believe Wafula Chebukati has surrendered is the fact that he agreed to meet with the DCI. When the DCI raised the issue of the 3 foreigners, Wafula Chebukati responded ruthlessly. But when the DCI went further and released additional information via an 11-page document, the truth of the matter is that Wafula Chebukati chickened out. And when they released another statement, they never mentioned DCI, they never mentioned any other thing. During yesterday's press, Wafula Chebukati and Mutiambe stated clearly that the issue of the stickers has now been resolved. So the question is, how was it resolved? Is it possible that Wafula Chebukati realized that he was being taken for a ride, and therefore the issue of the stickers was resolved, and he agreed not to play any additional monkey business as far as this election is concerned? That is the question. Because Wafula Chebukati was like, the stickers were critical for election. Later on, they were not critical, but now he's saying, okay, it has been resolved. Is it resolved that they've handed them over to IBC? Is it resolved that now they know where they are kept? I mean, how has it been resolved? That's one of the questions which journalists wanted to ask Wafula Chebukati, but he refused. Wafula Chebukati didn't refuse to be asked the question. The police, the press statement entered there, and as a matter of fact, if you watch that press, even where it was addressed was the symbol of the police. So that's the first thing. I think Wafula Chebukati has surrendered. Number two, I also tend to think that the DCI cornered Wafula Chebukati with the evidence. So they gathered everything, presented to Chebukati. Chebukati called his team, and we don't know the guy. We don't know. So the only solution is to reach an agreement that whatever was being planned has not to be thwarted. So we must work together. If someone is planning to play his games, let them not attempt. And that's why Wafula Chebukati agreed actually to meet with these people. Number three, I think the DCI also opened the eyes of Wafula Chebukati. You know, as a chairman of a commission, Wafula Chebukati might not be in full control. Maybe some people schemed, and therefore he thought he was doing right things, yet he was not doing the right thing. So these guys opened his eyes. So the only solution, let us work together. Otherwise, there's no way you can explain that the polling officers who are recruited by force, by IBC in Kisii, are not being trained in Migori because they can't work in Kisii. You know, those people are telling them, you know, you are not from our region. Yeah, but they're being forced on the people. So probably these are the people who wanted to play the monkey business. So they've been cornered. So those are the realities. And I also tend to think, number four, that Wafula Chebukati has now given up, surrendered, and is now forging a working relationship with the deep state. And lastly, the deep state is now taking charge of this process. For a long time, Wafula Chebukati was in charge of the process, and Wafula Chebukati was not in charge of the process. An external force was in charge of IBC, pulling all the strings for everything, including recruitment of polling officers. So the deep state has now successfully managed to take charge, and let us wait and see how things are going to unfold, especially in these few days remaining. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. In case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Thank you guys so much. And if you are in Nyakachi, we'll meet. I'll be in Katito. I was in Oyugis yesterday, and I met a friend who knows me. I mean, a subscriber here in Oyugis. Today, I think later on I'll be in Katito. If you meet me in Katito, just say hi. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.